Yuri, a group of escaped inmates looks like they've gotten their hands on some serious firepower.
Last thing we need right now is a massive shootout on a residential street. Quietly?
But I can do it without a massive shootout. There might be a bunch of webs around, though.
I'll take it. Good luck.
You're in timeout.
See him! Dodge this! You ain't great! Felt that one, didn't you? Dropping like flies. Heck it up! I'll kill you! Can't fight in the air! Don't hurt up! Spider-Man! I want him dead!
Back up! For guys who just got out of the raft, they sure are eager to go back!
Pay for that! Just need a clear shot! Pay for that! Hold still!
Reinforcements! Look, guys, this is not gonna help at your parole hearing!
Spider-Man, I'm getting reports of shots fired.
I can confirm that! They're not hitting anyone, though!
Try to keep it that way.
Since I'm the only one they're aiming at, I am totally on board with that!
Don't let him get behind you! Clear the blast down!
Is it sad that a bunch of criminals have more loyal friends than me?
No one's gonna lock me up again!
Just once, I'd love for the people rushing into the fight to be on my side. Heck, I'd even settle for neutral.
Stay still! Stay fighting! Let me show you what I got!
Captain, the inmates and all their guns are webbed up and waiting.
Thanks. No way we could have taken them without collateral damage. I hope the locals appreciate you.
Alarmist, paranoid, conspiracy theories, all nasty words people have used to insult and demean me. But now, after years of me trying to warn you all, here we are. Spider-Man has literally brought a plague down upon us. Why do I blame him and not Martin Lee? I do blame Martin Lee. He deserves swift justice, but he's a lunatic terrorist. This is what they do. Whereas Spider-Man claims to be a hero. Yet he obviously knew about the threat and didn't warn us. He either thought he'd handled it, which makes him criminally negligent, or he was in on it, which makes him a terrorist too.
Aunt May's recipe for wheat cakes. I could never make it work on my own. People know my parents died in a plane crash, but I still can't tell anyone they were government agents. Wish I knew more about them. I wish any... The menu for my... People know my parents died in a plane crash, but I still can't tell anyone they were government agents. Wish I knew more about them. I wish anyone did. Yuri, I've got eyes on a mob of Riker's escapees. They're hunkered down for the long haul.
I'll send a team. But with all that's going on, it might take a while to get enough of my people together.
I don't want to think about what these guys could do in the meantime. I'll handle it. Surprise! I know, I should have called first.
Look, Spider-Man! What the... Oh, crap, what's that?
People around here work.
Let me show you what I've got! The hell is...
Everyone be nice to the new guys. We'll be double bunking. Heads up! Oh, sorry, my quip wasn't ready. Can you back up, guys? Go out and come back in again.
Spider-Man, from what I can tell, factions that existed within Rikers have stayed together now that they're out.
Explains why they're forming multiple strongholds instead of just one big one. They don't trust each other.
It's our advantage. They're clumped together, but not so many they can't be dealt with.
Easy for you to say. I gotta go. Reinforcements! Sure are a lot of guys really eager to go back to prison!
Get clear! Grenade! Not getting away with that! Hold them!
More? How many guys does Rikers hold anyway?
Hold them down! Here you go! Pay for that! That hurt!
All clear for the cleanup crew. Tell locals they can go to the bodega now.
Nice work. Things are hard enough in this city without it turning into a giant prison yard.
This is Sable Control. Requesting SITREP on our
Very
position at C4.
Yuri, I ran across some Rikers inmates. They've built a fort. Way better than the ones I used to make out of sofa pillows.
I just had a patrol car call. They tried to step in, but there were too many. And we don't have the manpower for reinforcements.
Lucky for you, you've got Spider-Man power. Not bad, huh? I should have gone into advertising.
Nobody gonna stop us.
Steady, watching. Midway through the third shift.
Spider-Man! Kill his ass!
reinforcements. Okay, sure. I don't need sleep. Eat this! He's in the air! Get him!
How you kill a hero? One punch at a time.
More inmates! I'm starting to feel weird being the only one not wearing orange.
Spider-Man, I've spoken to people on the block who say the escapees tried to break into their buildings.
Fits with what I heard. They want to take one over.
They'll be a lot easier to deal with on the street, without hostages.
I'm working on it. Talk to you soon.
That's a freaking acrobat!
Sorry, no entry during the performance.
Guy's a freaking acrobat! Felt that one, didn't you? Not getting away like that! Here comes the pain!
Okay, you guys are really late. I'm afraid there'll be a no-show fee.
Like a machine! I want me down! Around him! Gotta clip your wings!
The siege of Manhattan Fortress is over, milady.
Thanks. I'll send some buses to take those guys back to their cells. And please don't call me Milady ever again.
Yuri, this sounds nuts, but I think this group of Sable agents is locking people up and straight up robbing them.
You mean asset seizure? That's for drug dealers, mobsters.
Yeah, well, they're applying it to anyone with nice cars or jewelry.
Which just makes them criminals. Treat them like it.
eat when they're incapacitated. Mind me.
I'm going in. Spider-Man, engage. How's he doing this? What'd he just do? Control, send backup. Several units have failed to report. You're clear. We gotta get him on the ground. I'm going in. Can't beat us all.
Oh, hey! Reinforcement guys! I just talked to your boss. She said you can take the rest of the day off. I swear!
He's shocking us. Watch out. He built that one. Eyes up. Incoming grenade. Get him. Take him down.
Bad news. More Sable guys. Good news? There is no good news.
Spider-Man, that Sable unit's gone rogue before. Sable International's got their hands too full to do anything about it, but they don't care if we do.
I was gonna take him down anyway, but this makes it more fun. Thanks.
Get him to the ground. He can't beat us all. Eyes up. Incoming grenade. Engage.
Great! More of them! Look, I may consider surrendering if you let me blare the siren on the way to lockup!
Reinforcement. Clear. Take cover. I'm on him. Target is hostile.
You guys just won't stop! Tell Silver Sable I said I'm not interested, and this is really getting stalkerish!
He's doing this. Keep him on the ground. Moving in. Together. We'll beat him. Keep firing.
That was harder than it should have been.
Captain, all the people in the cells are out, and they've got their property back.
Good. And Sable International swears they're going to prosecute that squad. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yuri, this whole street's been taken over by Riker's inmates.
We've had calls from people who are afraid to leave their buildings.
Tell them to stay inside a little longer. There's gonna be some street cleaning.
Stand free, Spider-Man! You're not faster than my trigger finger! Eyes open! Got Spider-Man in my sights!
This is my kind of gentrification.
Why'd you sit this one out?
It's Spider-Man! I want him dead! Show me what you got! The hell is that?
Typical New York. A vacancy opens up and everyone's rushing to take it. More of them? Guys, this isn't necessary. I'm already scared straight.
Spider-Man, I've spoken to people on the block who think the escapees tried to break into their buildings.
Fits with what I heard. They want to take one over.
They'll be a lot easier to deal with on the street, without hostages.
I'm working on it. Talk to you soon.
Take this!
Drop it like a line! Pick it up! up again!
Captain, the block's quiet. Everyone in an orange jumpsuit is down for the count.
Great job. If they'd gotten into a residential building, they'd have done a lot of damage. Good news. A Rikers escapee we picked up says they've stopped establishing bases.
What brought that on?
You. They decided the bases make them too easy to find. They've gone back on the run. Smaller groups.
Picking them off a few at a time takes longer, but it's safer. Especially for New York.
Exactly. Nice going.
Captain, these Sable guys look like they forced all the residents out of a building so they could occupy it themselves. And locked up the ones who objected.
Okay, that I can get something done about. But I need victims to come forward.
I'll get the people out and have them file reports with the police.
Great patrolling, but I do have notes. One set of footprints, that's when I web you up.
Control. Stand by.
Nap time. Sleep it off.
Spider-Man, engage! Engage! Look out! Moving on target!
More? You guys realize there are actual criminals out there, right?
Spider-Man, confirmed your suspicions. People displaced from the residences are staying in shelters or on the street.
I know what it's like not to have anywhere to stay. It's a good thing these Sable agents have body armor, because I just might lose my temper. Hey, Sable agents! Help! I'm being attacked by Sable agents! Oh, wait a minute! More backup? You know, for private security, you guys aren't very private.
All that drama. And for what?
Thanks, Spider-Man! Captain, the people that were locked up are headed back to their homes.
Good. And I finally convinced the mayor's office that making constituents homeless was not good for his poll numbers, so they won't be pulling that stunt again. Spider-Man, good news. The mayor finally cracked the whip on Sable International. No more locking up New Yorkers without due process of law.
Guess they figured out it was a PR disaster. For once, we got a clean win.
Well, not quite. I hear rank-and-file Sable agents blame you for stopping the gravy train. They'll be gunning for you even harder now, and no one's going to stop them.
By now, I think it'd freak me out more if nobody was gunning for me. Let them come. I'll be ready.